Hello! Thank you for joining Only in Sedona for this special birthday bash celebration flow. Our little Only in Sedona family has 3 exciting birthdays. My friend Whisper, who just moved here from Florida, Ed, our fabulous cameraman, who will be having his birthday real soon, and right in the middle of all of them, I turned 51. Yes, I am officially over the hill. So with that said, we're going to dedicate today's Hatha Vinyasa to restorative flow, to just making our bodies feel good. Let's talk to our mats. All right, beautiful fellow yogis, thank you again for celebrating with us. Please go ahead and close your eyes, take a comfortable seat on your mat, and let's just take a few moments here to breathe and come into our inner sanctuary of yoga, where you are safe, protected, and loved. Inhaling deeply on a 4 count, and exhaling slowly on a 5 count. Draw your awareness to your Muladhara, your root chakra, as it sits against the earth. Start to generate a feeling of warmth from the space of your spine, flowing all the way up to the crown of your head. And with that, let's start to move like a beautiful tree. Open your eyes and just start moving like you are a tree swaying in the breeze, limbering up that spine however feels good. And let's take that the other way a few times. Lubricating our joints, getting ready to move. Take a nice deep breath, inhale on that 4 count. Exhale, rotate out those wrists on the 5 count. And then gently roll over into all 4s for some cat-cow. Inhale as you sink into cat. Exhale as you inhaling, uniting your breath-body movement here. Just really feeling that spine. This move should feel good. This whole flow should feel good. It's all about feeling good in your body today. And in these first few quiet moments, you can start to form an intention for your practice. Maybe think of something that you're grateful for. And just come to a neutral spine. Now tuck your toes. Push yourself up and back into your first down dog. Take a second, walk your feet about hips distance apart. Bend your knees. Lift your fanny just a little taller. And then drop those heels. Your next breath, bend one knee, look under the opposite arm. And then switch. And do that a few more times. Elongating that whole posterior chain. And now while you're in your down dog, just move your feet out a little bit so that they're even with the edges of your mat. Just take one arm to the opposite leg as you look under. And take a breath here. And then release. And get that on the other side. And release. Come walking forward slowly. And as you slowly walk forward, start to lift your fingertips and cross your arms so that you can tick-tock it out here. And whenever you do a forward fold, I want you to just think of your upper body as a waterfall. Focus all of your energy in the back of those thighs. That's where you should feel it. If you're feeling it in your back, grab some blocks, place them here so you have a little more support. And then just release those arms. Come rolling up. Looking up as your palms touch. Exhaling to heart center. Pausing to recite your private intention, or you can borrow mine if you like. I talk to my mat to honor and give thanks for each and every breath. And with that, beautiful, nice deep breath, inhale. And as you exhale, come on down slowly to that forward fold. Inhale to a flat spine. Your hands might come here on your thighs. And then bend your knees to place them down. Step back into your plank, top of a push-up. One straight line from your head to your heels. You always have the option to drop your knees to chaturanga or just hug those elbows in. Feel how strong you are. For placing those knees down, let's take a cobra today. If you want an up dog, you can. Either way, take a second to look over each shoulder to remind you to not wear them as earrings. And then push back, either coming through all fours or just tuck those toes. Come back up into your down dog. And we're going to take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, I want you to smile, sigh, and let go of any stress. Inhale. Let it all go. And then lift that left leg up. You can do a full split or just go as high as you like. Really feel that stretch. Maybe let the leg fall out to the side a little bit. Feel that hip open. And then extend it, bringing it all the way through, right between your palms. Pivot your back foot to 45 degrees. Cartwheel yourself up to a beautiful warrior two. And pause here, feeling your strength. Your legs are strong. You're focused on your breath. You're being in the present moment. Your next inhale lifts you up to peaceful warrior. Your next exhale takes it into a side angle. If you want to come all the way down, you have that freedom. Or you can keep it right here with me. Take a breath. Try to get your gazing point, your drishti, towards your fingertips. And then your next inhale lifts you wide. We're going to go through for a wide leg, and after this we'll be moving that way. So pay attention. We'll be going to the back of your mat next. But for now, just come through here. And give me a nice wide leg reaching through the legs. Try to get your head as close to the mat as you can. And then just walk those hands back. Flat spine, look at me, smile. And then walk it around into your low lunge. Open up here, facing the back of your mat. Open up, open up. And then bring this top arm down. This front foot comes walking over, drops you into a pigeon. Now your pigeon might not look like mine. You might have your foot in more like this. That's okay. However it feels good in your body, feel this flow. And you can exhale and surrender. And inhale yourself back up. And then maybe bring that back leg in. Looking behind, give it a little extra stretch in the front of that thigh. Release it. Coming into a single leg plank. Lift up into a single leg, or a down split, some people call it. And then just come back into your down dog. Just hold it here at the front. And then just walk it forward. You're going to be facing the back of your mat. We're going to do that whole thing again, facing the other way. Move ourselves around. So right now you're in a forward fold. You're hanging. Round yourself up slowly. Feeling your spine unwind. Look up. Bring your hands to heart center. Your next inhale, lift your arms overhead again. Your next exhale surrenders to that forward fold. Your next inhale lifts you to a flat spine. Your next exhale steps it back to plank. Top of a push-up. You can drop your knees or just chaturanga. Hover for a moment. And then drop the knees so you can take that cobra variation. Or a full up dog if you prefer. And then push back through all fours or tuck the toes to come into that down dog here on the back. And let's do that smile and sigh again. So inhale. Your next breath lifts that right leg up this time, bringing it through. Stepping it forward to the front of your mat. Pivot that back foot. Come on up into your warrior two. Hold here, breathe. Feel the strength in your legs. Your next breath takes you up into a peaceful warrior and then come into that beautiful side angle. Your next breath lifts you up front and center and then reach down between those legs, coming into that wide leg. And our next move will be taking us forward to the front of our mat. But in the meantime, walk through those legs. And give me a breath or two here. And then walk it forward. Look at me, smile. And then walk it to the front of your mat. So you're in that low lunge. Open it up. Reaching, 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 reaching. And then bring it on down. Walk that foot over to take your pigeon. And again, your foot might come in closer to the thigh. Either way, just feel the pose here. And if you want, surrender, take it forward for a breath or two. And then walk it up. Maybe move this front foot in a little if you had it out. Grab that back foot, look behind. I don't know if you can see my sweat dripping. It's a toasty one here. We have a lot of August birthdays. And release. Come into that single leg. Lift it on up into that split. And then lower that leg into your down dog. Hold here for a breath. And then take that walk to the front of your mat. Remember, your fingertips can start to come up if they need to. You can dangle, you can tick-tock. Release in your forward fold before rounding it on up. Inhaling, overhead palms touch. Exhaling to heart center. We're going to do a little more flow as we gradually segment to our restorative stretches. So reach overhead. Exhale, surrender to your forward fold. Inhale to your flat spine. And then step it back to your plank. Stay here. Hold it here. And we're going to take it to a rock star coming off the front. So just reach back. Give me that little partial back bend. And then bring it back around. First, find your plank and kick any rocks out of your way. And then chaturanga yourself down, feeling strong again. Before lifting it into a little yin style sphinx, we're just going to do a few breaths here. Being loving to our spine. And then come up. Press back into a quick child's pose for 2 or 3 breaths. And walk yourself up into all fours. Tuck it up into that down dog. Give me a breath here. And stroll it on forward again so we can get that to the other side. Surrender to your forward fold before rounding it up, looking up overhead, exhaling to heart center. As soon as you complete that exhale, the next inhale begins, lifting up, exhaling, surrender, forward fold. Inhale, flat spine. Exhale, stepping back to plank. Stay here. Find that good top of the push-up first. And then just flip it back. Give me a little back bend. And bring that around. Find your plank first. This time we're going into child's pose first, so spread those knees wide. Make yourself comfortable. If you brought your bolster, you might want to use it here. We're going to sink back into child's pose and hold each of these restorative poses for about 2 minutes. We're about a minute in. You can stay where you're at or start to walk your fingertips to one side for a bit. Just changing the angle of the stretch slightly. And then take it to the other side. Maybe walk it back and take a final breath or two here. And then bring yourself up to all fours. We're going to turn it around so you have room to go back, but I'm going to show you your first option first. So the next stretch, we're going to be doing a half saddle. But if you prefer, you're laying here on your side, you have a hold of your ankle, you're feeling the stretch right here. If it is within your practice, this top of the foot comes against the top of the mat. You might feel enough of a stretch right here. This is a little bit of a tough one, but it's one of my favorites. If it's within your practice, come on back and extend overhead. This is one stretch I credit with my ability to still get around. You might have noticed I'm still wearing my knee strap. I did have my intake for my surgery finally. And the great news is, even though I have pretty severe arthritis, we're not going to have to do a replacement. They're going to remove the torn meniscus, and hopefully that'll do it for a good many years. And it was very nice going to the orthopedic doctor and having them confirm that, yes, doing this is a lot of what allows me to maintain that mobility. Because your body is a very complex structure. Around your knee alone, you have multiple ligaments, tendons around each joint, bones, connective tissue, and they all work to support each other. And if something goes wrong with one, but you have everything else in good shape, they're able to give that assistance so that you don't become completely infirm. So think of this as your preventative medicine. It's for your body, but it's also for your mind and spirit. And with that, we're going to come out of this and switch sides, and I promise to be quiet through the next stretch. I apologize, but I had to share that with you all. And come on back. And just get that on the other side. Now remember, if this is too intense, you are right here, my friend. You can extend the arms overhead, cactus the arms, maybe even rest one on your navel, one in your heart. Whatever says your body says feels good, that's what you do today. And come on up out of this one, you guys. Turn forward on your mat. You have options here too. We're going to go into our fire log. If fire log is too much, just take an easy Sukhasana seat and lean forward from here. If it's within your practice, cross one leg, stacking it right on top of the other, lifting up, elongate that beautiful spine. And if it's within your practice, come on down and just breathe and be. We're about halfway through. Feel free to hold where you are. If you feel inspired, you can take this over, stacking one knee on top for shoelace, and once more coming forward. It is our monsoon season here in the desert. It's hot, it's humid, and there are a lot of little ants making a snack of me. But I'm using it as a mindfulness exercise, and I want you to do the same too with your practice. Come on out of that one. We're going to gently, gently switch sides. So sometimes when you're practicing, you might get upset, maybe with family members or whatnot. You're interrupting my practice. But don't take that attitude. Shift that mindset, because you are mentally strong enough to practice amid those distractions. Use them as tools to help focus your mind. And come on up, reaching, 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 taking that fire log or easy sukhasana on the other side as you come down. And then walk yourself up if you want. You can stay there if you like, or you can come into shoelace if that's your preference. Stacking those knees, and then coming. And walk yourself up. Give yourself some space. We're going to come forward on your mat. You're going to lay down like a letter T. So go ahead and lay down, make a letter T. So you're going to open your arms out, but you're going to let them rest. And what I want you to do is roll towards that arm, using this leg as a kickstand, getting a deep shoulder stretch. This arm in front can serve for balance, or it can wrap. We've opened up our hips. We're going to conclude our practice with our shoulders and low back, two other areas that really tend to hold tension, and it feels so good to stretch them out. When you've had enough come out of it, we're going to just get that on the other side. So open up to that T again, but you can lay down, you can rest. And then just roll it to that side. Stretching the other side. It's funny, I look back to when Ed and I started this program. I was in such a different headspace mentally. I was extremely traumatized, and it's just amazing. And it's gotten easier and better, but a lot of it's still a struggle. But I'll tell you, I got through it all. Through yoga, through mindfulness. And I'll be honest, I didn't know a lot about psychology or spirituality when I began doing what I do intensely. And I kind of put myself on a very intense recovery program over the last several years through doing this program in my own study. And you really can grow, you really can heal When I started this, I was completely desperate and not knowing what I was going to do, and now I'm okay and working towards building the original goal of this program. Let's bring this around, which is to help other people, which is what it's all about. It's what we're all here for. And with that, just turn yourself around, come back, sitting tall, giving yourself space to recline. We got our final 2 twists. So extend one leg, take the other up to 90 degrees as you open those arms, and just cross it over your body and stretch. I have been working on purchasing rural land. My life partner and I have been working very hard on a camper project. My original dream was tiny homes, but I don't know. I'm thinking now, because there are so many people I know living mobile, that maybe, I don't know, maybe the nonprofit, if it ever happens, can go in a different direction. Maybe setting up like nonprofit kind of COA-like spaces where people who live in their cars can go and get clean and be safe from police knocking on their door. Just have a safe place to go. There's such a housing crisis here in America, and that was the cause of a lot of my trauma, along with chronic illness, and I want to spend the rest of my life trying to be part of the solution. Let's take that to the other side. And I hope I succeed, but if I don't, I still get to share the love of yoga with everybody, which is a lot of fun. So, and talking to your mat is so vital. It helps you remember your purpose. It helps you reclaim your sense of agency by helping you look at situations objectively, determining what you can and can't control, and making the best mindful choices to move forward. And it gives you, most importantly, space to nurture yourself, to heal from the slings and arrows of daily existence, and to do something that feels good for your body and mind. Because when you refresh yourself, you become a better person, you can give your best self to others, and that's what it's all about. So with that, come on back, take one final pose, a little cradle here, give yourself a hug. And if you're watching this around your birthday, wish yourself a happy birthday. We at Only in Sedona want to wish you a happy birthday too. Celebrate with us. Join our family. Hit that subscribe button. And then relax into Savasana. And spend the next 3 to 5 minutes breathing, being, and focusing on all the things you have that make you feel grateful. We're grateful for you. Thank you for joining us.